This being the 20th year of the Great Wilderness Challenge, the organising committee decided that it might be a nice idea to make this special DVD. And I'm talking to Murdo McLean, who's chairman of the organising committee, to find out more about it and about the history of the challenge. Hello, Murdo. So perhaps we should start at the beginning. How did the Great Wilderness Challenge come about?
Well, there was a couple of local families who had lost people through illnesses before, and at the same time the hospice appeal was in being. So they decided that they would have a run and race from Dundonald. I think 1986 was the first run, and 120 walkers and 60 runners took part, and they raised the sum of £6,200. Everybody was delighted with it, and it's taken off from there.
Did they expect to be still doing it after 20 years at that time?
I'm quite sure they didn't, but the thing took off and just gathered momentum, and it's just gone from strength to strength. There's now about between 500 and 600 people take part, plus a lot of assistants and helpers and that. There's the money raised now is in the region of £170,000 last year, and it's just a community event now, and people come from all over Scotland and sometimes out with Scotland, even America, to take part in it. It's a really tremendous day. There's just the whole atmosphere is tremendous, absolutely terrific.
So it involves far more people than just the entrance in the runs and the walks?
Oh, very much so. There must be well over 100 people involved in marshalling the events, in the Coast Guards, the Mountain Rescue, the St John's Ambulance, the local medical teams, the district nurses. There's a huge squad of catering people who a lot of people think are the highlight of the whole show, to be honest. And it's just amazing help from everybody. And then of course you get all the runners, you get all the walkers who collect the money, and that's what the whole thing's about. The people who donate the money to them, and that's really where the whole thing comes from. Also you would need to, you can go on and on, the various companies that assist by donating goods, and it just goes on and on. It's unbelievable. The main cause is, the main recipient really is the hospice, the Highland Hospice. It is the main deal. But various other bodies, last year Shop Mobility got 20,000 or so for a van for themselves. Mountain Rescue gets donations. It goes to all sorts of things, from cancer to motor neuron to just everything under the sun. We try and keep it in the north as far as possible, but not totally so.
we've heard that folks come from all over the country to take part in the Great Wilderness Challenge, but I'm with two people who've come a little bit farther than the average. It's Berry and Doug. Can you tell us, where have you come from today?
We've come from Fort Myers, Florida.
That is a long way to come for a run in Westeros.
Yes.
Pretty far.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, very far.
But it's not the first year you've been here for the run, is it?
No.
You were
it's
here
not.
last year?
Yes, I was here last year.
I hear you were very successful with fundraising last year.
Yes, I sell real estate in Florida, and I sent out a letter to all my past clients since 1990 and told them that I was running for the children in Scotland in the Highlands to raise money for the different sponsorships. And as a result, they sent me £6,500, which I was very pleased to be able to donate to the Great Wilderness Challenge.
That's very impressive, and I believe that's the largest single donation that the challenge has received, so that's very good. You've come back again this year, you couldn't stay away?
Yes,
Couldn't stay away.
couldn't stay away.
And which event are you taking part in this year?
I'm doing the half marathon this year.
Have you been training for that?
Yes, I have.
Is that easy in Florida?
No, it's very hard. I have to get up at 4:30 in the morning, and even at 4:30 it's between 80 and 85 degrees and 100% humidity.
So the climate's quite different from the
Yes.
rest of Westeros. How about the terrain that you train on?
It's absolutely flat. So I'm hoping that the weather, the heat will offset the hills here.
Right, okay, you'll trade one for the
I'll
other.
trade, yes.
Okay. Are you making a holiday of this while you're here, or do you have to shoot back?
We fly out tomorrow morning and have to go to a business meeting in Calgary, Canada.
So you've really just come over here for the event and
Yes,
you're going back to
yes.
Canada tomorrow.
It's very special to me.
So that's very impressive. I'm sure that everybody really appreciates that as well. And you have a backup man with you, Doug?
Yes.
I'm the cheering section.
All right. Okay.
Yes,
then.
he's my big supporter.
Very good. Do you think you'll come back another year?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah?
yes.
That's good. I'm sure everybody will be very pleased to see you back here, and I
Yes.
really hope you do well today.
Thank you. I just want to finish.
I'm speaking with someone who's been involved with the Wilderness Challenge and with some events surrounding the Wilderness Challenge for about 10 years now. It's David Sutherland, Chairman of Tulloch PLC. Morning, David.
Morning.
So can you tell me, it's not just the run that you're here for today, is it?
No, we joined the run about 10 years ago on the basis of a fundraising challenge between two companies, ourselves and Harper McLeod from Glasgow. And we realised that by taking participants from the two companies to walk in and run in the event at Gairloch, we realised that a great number of people came from the central belt of Scotland. So they travelled all the way up to Gairloch, fed the local community, did the walks or the runs, raised so much money, we felt we should give them a little reward. So we decided to hold the Great Wilderness Challenge Ball in Glasgow, and it's turned out to be a fantastic event. It's our 4th year coming up, I think. and we build in an auction, and we raise so much money for all the good charities that the Great Wilderness Committee nominate. But it's well attended, it's got a Highland theme, and it's one of the events on the Glasgow calendar now.
Sounds like it's quite an enjoyable occasion.
It's a great occasion, and it's a late rise in the morning.
So you don't do it the night before the challenge?
No, we originally did it in the spring, but then we felt it's much better to do it after the event, so it's in September this year. Plenty tables left, but we get tremendous support from the communities both in the Highlands and the Central Belt.
And is that you mentioned the two firms in the challenge, is there a rivalry to see who can raise the most?
Yes, but it's not a physical rivalry, it's a money rivalry, so we tot out what we each raise every year, and there's a cup, I think, that we hand over to each other. A quaich we hand over to each other.
Very good. And you're aiming for that this year, aren't you?
Yeah, we've won it quite a few years, so we're aiming again this year.
You're taking part in the run as well yourself?
The walk this morning, the 13-mile Alt Bay to Pooleau walk. What a spectacular event, what a spectacular day to do it.
Good day for it today. It's very good. Possible charities that you could raise funds for. Why do you pick this one in particular?
We picked this one because the Great Wilderness Challenge Committee supported a range of charities across the whole spectrum, particularly local charities like Highland Hospice, and we felt that was worthy of support and surcharge. But the Great Wilderness Challenge Ball, what the dimension we've brought to the equation is that event alone gives the committee about £30,000 to £40,000, which surcharges the excellent fundraising they do, and I think just gives the edge in terms of the support back to the charities.
And that is a terrific boost to the funds that are raised by the challenge.
Yeah, I would imagine it is, but the key point is that local people in Gairloch are running, in Westeros are running the charity, running the trust, and they distribute the funds, which we were very keen to see. We put a lot of money into charity. I'm always concerned about the administrative take in London, so I felt that this committee up on the west coast in Gairloch, beautiful Gairloch, they were doing it the right way. It was going straight back to the charities with volunteer help.
Sounds excellent. Well, thank you very much for talking to us this morning, and good luck with the walk.
Okay, I'll do you.
I'm talking to somebody who's been a familiar face to folks at the Great Wilderness Challenge over the years. It's Ben Preece. Hi there, Ben.
Hi.
You've been doing this for quite a long time now, haven't you?
Yes, this is my 19th year. Come over each year from Aboyne. I've been there since then.
Right.
And bring a camper van over, and it's one of the most important parts of my year.
And you take part in the runs, don't you?
Yes, yes.
Have you done a variety of different runs here over the years?
Yes, but mainly the long one. I'm probably best known for the longer run.
And that's what you're gearing
That's
up
what
for
I'm
today?
trying to do today.
Okay, and I hear you've lifted a fair few trophies over the years.
Yes, I've been very fortunate.
You're hoping to get one this year?
Yes, but they're increasingly being awarded due to age rather than talent.
Okay. You look fighting fit. Do you think
Yeah.
you're going to have no problems completing the course today?
Yes, I'm having a pretty good year.
Good. You take part in other runs also?
Yes, I do lots of runs, and I do lots of biking as well.
Have you been up early this morning? It's a fair way over from the wall.
No. We came over last night, and it's part of the weekend is meeting people, and so that all starts last night.
Is that an important part of the event, meeting folks?
Yes, it's a great social scene, and I've known people that I see here each year now for 19 years. And it's fantastic.
Camaraderie is something that's
Very,
key
very
factor.
good. Yes, yeah. And along the way, even walkers, you've struck up relationships with the walkers, and
So you think you'll keep coming back?
yes, as long as I can walk.
Very good, thank you.
Okay, bye.
With me now is Mary Mackenzie, who was one of the two folks with Alec McRae who actually started the Great Wilderness Challenge 20 years ago. Hello, Mary.
Hello there.
20 years ago, you weren't expecting this still to be going now, were you?
Absolutely not. No, we're still here though, both
It was
of us.
very much planned as a one-off event at that time?
Yes. We were both. We both had parents who had cancer, and we were very keen that we could have something maybe for other people that they could go to get help, and there was nothing in the Highlands, so that's why we helped with Highland Hospice.
And what gave you the idea of doing a run to raise the funds?
Well, that was really Alec's baby, because he's very much a hill man, and he decided the route was perfect and just decided to take it from there.
And it's just grown and grown since
Grown
then?
and grown, and he decided I would be quite good for the catering side of it, so that's where that came in.
Unless that's become your forte in it now? You're
very
your
much so, very much
Master
so.
of the catering. What does that
Yes.
really involve?
Well, we go round all the hotels and establishments in the area, and they're all very helpful. Go round begging every year, but we really don't have to beg now. They're always geared up and ready to give us soup, and that's really the main thing I have to go round hotels for, is to get soup. And obviously make some myself, and we make sandwiches, and we get a lot of donations from all the people that supply shops in the area as well. You know, we're very, very lucky.
And so it is important for the people that take part. We hear them refer time and time again to the
Absolutely, they
refreshments.
really enjoy the soup at the end. So, and they're always lovely homemade soups. Never had a bad one.
And you have quite a team of helpers for doing this?
Yes, we're very lucky. People come from, well, my sister-in-law comes up from Edinburgh, goes back tonight and just helps in the kitchen. So, you know, everyone's very dedicated, I must say.
Very good. And I guess you'll be getting used to how to organise it
Oh,
each year
very
now.
much so. It's sort of automatic now. We just get on with it. Yeah,
good.
yeah.
I'm dying from midges.
So am I. There's one up my nose.
With me is Megan McRae, who's taken part in the Great Wilderness Challenge for several years now. Hi, Megan.
Hello.
How many years have you been doing the challenge?
I don't know exactly, because I started when I was really young as a sort of unregistered person. I'm sure I've done about 7 times.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
quite a few.
I've done the 7 about 3 times, I think, and then I've done the 2 when I was in Liverpool, and I did 4 last year.
So you're quite experienced at the different courses.
Yeah.
And what are you doing this year?
I'm doing the 13 this year.
So you're going up now,
I'm going for the 13.
progressing.
Yeah.
Do you think you'll get to the 25 one yet?
I don't know. I think that's an older person's run. I think youth goes against you for doing
Really?
big long races. So, we'll see.
Well, maybe when they get to the 40th.
Yes.
Wilderness
Yeah,
Challenge,
yeah,
we'll see.
yeah.
What do you enjoy about it? What keeps you coming back?
The atmosphere is just so good, and just you get so much encouragement, and it's just a really good day. Even from when I was younger, I remember it's just a fun day out, and it's good to take part.
Has the weather always been this good?
it's I don't know, it just varies. It's nice when it's sunny, but I don't want it to be too hot today. So a bit of breeze would be nice.
Very good. And have you been training for this?
Yes, I have been training. Trying to squeeze it round crazy shifts of work, but no, I have been training.
Managed to get the day off today?
Yes. Yep. Sorry.
Very good.
Yep.
Will you be fit for work again tomorrow?
Yes. Oh well, I'll get back to you on that one. Crawling around the breakfast tables.
Okay, thanks very much,
Okay,
Megan.
thank you.
With me now is Fred Pittman, who's a stalwart of the Great Wilderness Challenge. Morning, Fred.
Morning.
You're taking part today?
Taking part, and I'm bringing along my 7-year-old great-grandson. I'd like to introduce him into this wonderful event.
That's quite a few generations taking part today.
Yes, and the 4 generations are taking part today in various events, some 25, some 13. Myself and my 7-year-old great-grandson is going to do it for the first time.
Over the years, you've raised a lot of funds, and in fact, I believe you're now the top single best fundraiser for the event, aren't you?
Well, that is probably a statistic. The money is most important, obviously, to the organisation. But I don't particularly want that highlighted. I think, in my opinion, the real achievers in the Great Wilderness Challenge is Alec McRae and his team, who are unbelievably competent, hospitable, and that's why I don't want to particularly highlight my small effort.
All the best today for yourself and your great-grandson. Thank you for talking to us, Fred.
It's a pleasure. Yeah. Thank you.
That's a mongrel union, that is.
Which one are you in?
I'm RMT.
RMT, yeah. The Briggs.
Part of the people.
There's not many here left, is there?
Oh, there's thousands. There's near 8,000 of us. And there will come the glorious day.
Aye, that's the number that never bowed the knee to Baal. 8,000 Israelites.
Shield. Shield.
Shield.
Get out the
Number 3.
Hello, Fraser. 45. Have no number, I'm a reject. Come on then, guys. What are you having?
I'm here at the start of the event today at Pool U, and I'm speaking to one of the people who's a key figure in making sure everything goes smoothly this morning. I'm speaking to Tess.
Hiya.
And what exactly is it that you're responsible for?
I'm responsible for the registration, which involves making sure you know who's started the event and monitoring where they are on the routes during the day.
And how many people roughly have you got to register today?
There's about 550 this year, which is about average for recent years.
That's quite a few to keep track
Yes.
of, isn't it? And registering isn't just a matter of knowing who's entered the walk or the race, is it? There's a lot more important aspect to it.
No, it allows you to monitor where people are on the route itself by checking where they are in terms of which checkpoints they've gone through. That way, if somebody gets lost, you can localise the search to a small area of the route.
So the checkpoints all have copies of the registration,
Yes.
do they? Okay. And at the end of the day, what happens then?
At the end of the day, then the forms for registration go down to the finish, so you know who's coming in by looking at their numbers, and you can say how many times they've done the race before and so on.
Have you done this for many years?
About 10.
Right, so you've got it well organised.
I've lost
by
track.
now, I think.
Yes.
Okay, but you know what you're doing by now.
Yeah, by now, yes.
I've heard about the importance of safety at this event and the preparations for a full integrated safety plan covering the event. With me now is the man on the spot. It's Dr. Jock Ramsey. Hello, Jock.
Hello.
So this is your first year covering the Great Wilderness Challenge,
Yes,
isn't
that's
it?
right. Yes.
Were you expecting to be doing this year?
No, it was quite a surprise when I found out that this was part of the responsibilities in the practice. It was a bit daunting being such a large event, but it's something that I'm well prepared for in the practice. So it's been a useful learning curve to get up to speed for doing it.
It's something out of the ordinary from your regular daily duties, I guess.
Yes, major event doctor cover is something that is beginning to become very specialised, but I think it's still general enough that most experienced general practitioners can cover it.
What are the most important things that you watch out for on a day like today?
Well, particularly with long distance running, we're looking for dehydration and problems related to strenuous, vigorous exercise. The other things we're looking for, well, we're not looking for, hoping that we're not going to get, are minor injuries and damage from falls and things like that. I think that's probably the two major areas that would be likely to cause problems.
I guess a minor injury when you're out on a hill is a different prospect than when you're in a village.
Yep, and certainly the accesses and the provision of the helicopter and the mountain rescue team have been excellent backup, and it seems to work well together as a team.
So you're confident that if there was an incident out there on the hills, you could be in the right place at the right time?
Yes, and it's all very well integrated. Yeah.
Well, let's hope that you didn't need to be here today.
That's fine. I can hopefully enjoy the rest of the day.
Good. Well, thank you very much for talking to us, Doug.
Thanks very much.
the Carnmore checkpoint, and 25-mile walkers are here at the moment getting some well-earned refreshment and wee break before they carry on their way. And I'm talking to Donald Grant. Hello, Donald. So how's it been today?
Super, the conditions are tremendous. It's really gone well, and I found a big difference to it was the new bit of path coming down. The track's getting better each year.
So it's making much better progress. Yeah.
Making much better progress. We found the first years we were doing it, the paths were pretty bad, most of them. A lot of peat further down, and we're struggling with peat bogs, and it's getting better.
Really slow you down.
Slow you down. Now it's getting better and better.
And you've had a fine day for it.
We've had a super day today. It's been just tremendous.
What is it? The thought of the checkpoints egg you on as you're going along?
I enjoy it, especially the ones coming to Carnmore. You can smell the soup halfway down the hill.
Yeah, there seems to be a fine spread here.
It's a fine spread, and everybody's so friendly. You meet people here, and you only meet them once a year, which is quite good, you know, and you get to talk to them. And they also enjoy it, you know.
How many years have you been doing the walk?
This is my 18th year doing it.
So pretty nearly from the beginning.
Pretty near. The first year it was on, I didn't know it was on. And another year there was a neighbour bereavement with his wife, and I wasn't on that year. So apart from that, I've been every year.
You were already familiar with these tracks, weren't you?
I was familiar with them because I worked in the DU estate for quite a few years.
You've walked from Lethew over here on a regular basis?
I've walked from Lethew on a regular basis. We used to take the ponies over at the time of the stocking. I used to take them from Carnmore, take all the messages over to the lodge here, pick up the stags and take them back at night. So that walk kept me pretty fit.
Very good. So you've seen some changes in the path since then?
There's a lot of changes in the path. When we were in Lethew first, a path repair was just carry a spade and do a wee bit to it. But now the improvement's superb.
Good. Well, we'll not hold you up any longer. Thanks very much for taking time out from the
Cheers.
walk. We wish you good luck with the rest of the walk.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Here at Carnmore, a couple more of the walkers have taken a few minutes out for a well-deserved snack and going to have a little chat with us. That's Neil and Amy.
Hi there.
How are you finding it today?
Great, yeah, really good, really enjoying it.
Yeah, it's fantastic weather, really enjoying the walk.
Is this the first time you've done the walk?
First time I've done it, yes.
This will be the third time I've done the 25 walk. Yeah.
You'll be back again next year?
Hopefully, my legs will take me.
Really good. Have you any idea what time it'll have taken you to do the whole run based on how you're going so far?
I don't know, maybe 6-7 hours, I would estimate. Yeah.
What time did you set out this morning?
8:30 this morning.
So you're about halfway through now?
Yeah, this is about halfway. But the rest, there's not so many hills now.
It's a little bit easier going.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
And the ground's not been too wet?
I
see you've maybe found a little bit of mud along the way.
It has been quite boggy. I haven't been in any bogs yet, but Neil's pulled someone out, so.
Yeah, I pulled some lady out of a bog back there.
It's badly stuck, is she?
Yeah.
Your family's quite involved in the Great Wilderness Challenge, isn't it?
Yeah, both mum and dad are doing the walk as well. Dad's doing the 25 mile and mum's doing the 13-mile walk.
So they're ahead of you?
Yes.
They're keeping you back?
Yeah.
Do you think you'll catch up with them?
We're going to try and catch up with
We're going to try and catch up with Dad, yeah. He left earlier, so he's got that head start. We'll try and catch him.
Well, I hope you have a great walk and catch up with them and join up with them at the end. Will you be at the Cayley tonight?
Maybe.
Maybe,
yep.
yeah.
See you there.
Good. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks
very much. Well, we're at the finish line now, and quite a few runners and walkers have been across. The first runner across was Kenny Riddle, who's with me now. Well done, Kenny.
Thank you.
What time did you manage today?
It was 2 hours 55 a bit. half a minute after that.
How does that compare to previous years?
Well, the same as the first time we did it, and a little bit slower than last year.
So you've done it several times. How many times in all?
This is the third time now.
And how does this year compare for the general condition of the run?
It's reasonably dry, and wind's going the same way as it has been in previous years, and a bit warmer, so it's nice.
It's been good weather for it?
Yes, the first time we did it was quite clouded in, so you didn't get good views from the top of the hill, but today was stunning from the tops.
You're keeping up a fair pace. Do you have time to look at the view?
Just the odd little flip here and there.
What are the most difficult parts of the run?
The earlier parts are probably the most difficult. The descent down to the first bothy is quite technical, and also there's a boggy area just before you come to it, which there's quite a lot of leaking from boulder to boulder.
Got any secret for making the best time through a stretch?
Well, there was a group of three of us at that point, so you just kind of help each other, and if someone's picked a better line, then you would just follow them. So it's quite good in some ways, because the path does deteriorate away.
You try and pick your line well ahead?
You generally put your head up from time to time and focus where you're going, and then you look in a closer direction the majority of the time. But you're kind of weaving about quite a lot, because there's quite a lot of electric paths.
And you think you'll be coming back next year for the run?
I'll be coming back to do one of them, I'm not sure yet which. Depends on the commitment I can make to training next year, but yeah, definitely.
How do you train for the run?
Well, what we've done this year is adventure racing, so you're doing some cycling, some running, and a bit of swimming, so it all kind of helps to get you through this type of event. It's an endurance running event.
Thankfully no swimming required this year.
No, so it looks quite appealing going for a swim in the river there.
I should imagine at this stage you'd welcome that. Okay, well thanks very much, and congratulations on being first home in the run.
Thank you.
And the winner, again, Kenny Riddle. 2 hours, 56 minutes, 35 seconds. Kenny also gets the in-head weekly. The next category is quite a special one. It's called the Elite Team. It's where two athletes team up, one in the 13, one in the 25. And the aggregate times are taken together, and the best performance for the two athletes, one in each event, is taken. And this year's Elite Team winners was Kenny Riddle and Paul Rodden in a combined time of 4 hours, 26 and 09 seconds. 10-year completion this year is Jean Craig from Tain, if she's here please. John Dove from Argyll. Pat Ferrier from Rosemarkie. Amy Forbes from Elgin. Isabel Found from Lade. David Hurst from Tarland. Alec Keith from Inverness. Andrew Lawson from Chelmsford. Andrew McIver from Inverasdale. Anne MacLeod from North Keswick. Murdo McLean, Old Bay. Margaret Manson from Livingston. Alison Marshall from Lade. Lynn McRobert from Peebles. James Pete, Muir of Ord. Pat Ross, Dundonald. Sheila Ross, Kilbogie. Alistair Simpson, Aberdeen. Anne Sutherland from Tain. And Cullimarker from Inverness. Poor Callow. Oh, position healed, I felt. I did. It's 10 starts, not 10 completions. The next one is really, really special. As I said earlier, when we hit the 10-year milestone, we recognise those who did 10 years unbroken. But there are two men, hopefully in the hall here, who've managed to keep that record up throughout the full 20 years. And I believe that's an enormous achievement to walk that distance, 25 miles over 20 years. Even my simple arithmetic works that out to be something in the order of 500 miles. So, if we have Kenny Mitchell and John McClellan in the hall, could you please come forward? Are they here? And our thanks to Alec Keith. Oh, we're going to have another round. 500 miles and I would walk 500 more. There's a hill that I would walk 1,000 miles and more than I could go. Yeah, my budding career as a DJ perhaps is some way to go, but my thanks to Alec Keith of Two Locks Radio for cleverly stitching I don't know if you noticed or not, but there's two completely separate verses. Now, we have always underlined the fact that there is no getting away from the fact that we have supreme athletes taking part in the run. We've got people that do walks and there's people who excel on the physical side of it. And it's a very important element in the event. But let's not ever forget that the main reason that we're all here is to generate the funds that in order the Great Wilderness Challenge to support the charities that they do. And in order that we can underpin that and underline that this year, we're delighted to have with us the Fred Pittman, who over the years has been the largest fundraiser overall, and with Christine McLennan from Holt Bay is the largest lady fundraiser overall, and their effort has been supreme. It hasn't been backed up by corporate funds, it's been done by sheer effort. And I'd like you all to acknowledge that, because they really spearhead the effort that you all make. And it would be nice to see them representing everybody tonight in that supreme effort that everybody makes collectively. But we have to recognise that Fred and Christine have really excelled over these 20 years. And if they're here, if they could come up together, please, I'd very much appreciate that.
And I'm talking to a family that have taken part in the challenge over many years. It's the Urquhart family. Shona, you're the mother of the family. Perhaps you could introduce everybody else to us.
Yes, well, my name is Shona Urquhart, and this is the rest of the family. We've got Ross,
Ailey,
and Callum.
Hi, Callum. You've been doing this for a long time, haven't you?
I have. I think the first year I did it was in 1992. I've done it most years, not quite every year since then, but most years I always try and set the date at the start of the year to make sure that the weekend's free.
The whole family takes part in the run nowadays. Have you always done that?
Well, originally obviously it was just the two of us, but as each new member's come along, then they've been introduced to it.
And I hear tell from an early age.
Yes, I think Ailey was 8 months when she did the first one in the backpack.
Was that a good way to do it, Ailey, in the backpack?
It was.
You wish you could do that again now?
Yeah.
Ross? How old was Ross when he first did the run?
Well, I was actually expecting Ross, I think, the first time he went round, so that was an easy way to travel. But he's been round once in the backpack as well.
Right. You'll be running for yourself this time, or walking? You'll be walking it, good. And your other relatives have done the run before you, haven't they?
Yes, and still doing it. My father was the first of the family who came a year or two before he introduced me to it. And he's been, I think, almost every year since 1990. My mother's done it a number of occasions. Sisters have done it, their family, and my brother as well. So normally it's a big family outing, really. That the whole family gather up here that weekend, and we all do the various bits of it.
Very good. Now you've been doing it for a long time. What do you get from it? What does it mean to you to take part in the challenge?
I think there's several aspects to it. One is that it's a great weekend away with all the family here. There's something for all the family, whether it be walking around the 7-mile walk carrying the children, whether it be walking the 13 or trying to run the 25 or whatever. There's a challenge there for everyone. There's a great atmosphere at the event. It's great fun. You meet new faces, but you also meet the old faces that you see every year that are here, and you're always made to feel so welcome. There's a real personal touch to it, which I think makes it stand out from other similar events that I maybe do. It's just friendly and a nice feel to it. And then there's also the fact that you feel you're doing some good out of it as well, because you're raising sponsorship for the charities and the good causes. So it's more than just something that you do for yourself. You feel that there's benefit for others as well.
And a very important aspect of running the challenge successfully over all those years has been the adequate provision of safety cover for the event. And I'm talking to someone who's been a key figure in that over those 20 years. I'm talking to Dr. Alan Marshall, who for a large part of that time was senior partner at the Gairloch and Old Bay medical practice, which has provided medical cover for the events. Now, with an event of this nature and so many people taking part, just how important is safety?
Safety clearly is of vital importance. About 500 people participate each year, and the number is increasing annually. The people who participate come in all ages and conditions, and the potential for illness or injury is clearly quite significant. The event itself is extremely physically demanding. It covers a distance of 25 miles and involves climbing about 4,000 feet in all in the course of the 25-mile run, and the terrain is extremely rugged, and the potential for injury and indeed illness is clearly quite significant. In the 20-year history of the event, there have been no significant injuries sustained by any of the participants, and I'm not aware of any serious illness occurring during that period of time. But it's important for us not to be complacent about that. The potential is clearly there for mishap, and we must ensure that all eventualities are catered for. And with that in mind, many different safety precautions are in place. My own involvement has probably been for about 9 or 10 years. I've made myself available, but other people are just as important as the doctor. The organisation has been excellent, and the fact that there have been so few incidents in the past is testament to the very high level of organisation that's been put in place. And many people are involved, as well as the doctor, namely the mountain rescue people, the Coast Guard, the people who man the checkpoints, and the district nurses who are often present also at these checkpoints, and also the St John's Ambulance Brigade who make themselves available to deal with minor injuries. It's very important that people too are given appropriate advice before they start to ensure that they are properly prepared and that they have prepared themselves physically for the event, that they know exactly what's involved and how arduous it is, and that they are properly equipped with regard to footwear and protective clothing.
Goes into organising the event. Does that make a big difference to how well it works for you?
Yes. I mean, I'm sure we only see the surface of it. We don't know everything that goes on behind, but it's such a well-run event, and things always seem to go very smoothly. No matter what the weather, huge numbers of people, transport, food at the end, everything. It seems to run smoothly, and I can only begin to guess at the amount of organisation that's required to enable that to happen.
Callum, how it's very much a family event. Does that make a big difference to you?
Yes, it certainly does. I mean, from my point of view, it's probably a unique event from that aspect, in that a lot of the other events that Callum would be taking part in, I would purely be spectating, whereas the Great Wilderness Challenge has the opportunity to enter at whatever level that you are yourself, and I can take part, and the children can take part, and there's a great family atmosphere.
That's good. From what you've said, it sounds more like this is an annual family reunion, or getting back together with long lost relatives when the event happens.
Well, certainly it's a focus for us to all meet at, yes.
Ailey, how many times have you taken part in the Great Wilderness Challenge?
Well, I'm not sure, but I have been doing it since I was about 8 months old.
That's a long time. And can you remember the last time that you did it? How did that go?
Well, I was walking the 7 and I'm doing it again this year.
And how long did it take you last year? Do you remember the time?
I can't remember.
Were there a lot of people walking with you?
Quite a lot. Not all of them. I didn't know most of them, but I just walk around with my mum.
That's good. Do you get things to eat and drink along the way to help you keep going?
Yeah.
What do you get?
Well, I get a drink of water usually, and a banana and some rolls and stuff like that.
Very good. Do you think you'll come back in future years to take part again?
Definitely.
Around the course in the past, but you're taking part for yourself this year, aren't you?
Yes.
What are you going to be doing this year in the challenge?
I think I'm doing the 7 mile walk.
You looking forward to that?
A wee bit.
What do you think will be the most difficult thing about it?
I'm not quite sure.
Have you heard from other people? Has Ailey told you how she found it last year?
Not really.
So it's going to be something completely new for you.
Yeah.
Do you like doing new things?
Sometimes.
We've heard how important safety is to the Wilderness Challenge. It's a major aspect of organising and running the event. And now we're going to be talking to someone who is a key figure in organising that and has in fact been with it from the start. That's Nevis Hume, who, as well as being a member of staff at Gaylor High School, is also actively involved in the mountain rescue services. Hello, Nevis. You've been involved, as I said, right from the start with the safety aspects of the Wilderness Challenge, haven't you?
Yes, from what I can remember, we're going right back to 1986. My mind is a little vague on some of the details, but we were approached to do some of the coverage of the challenge, and we, from what I recall, worked with the Territorial Army from Inverness, covering from Checkpoint 4, which is above the steep climb, out to Pullew. And we did that for a number of years until 1989, when, with improved radios and we felt the ability to do the job properly, we took on the coverage for the whole of the Wilderness Challenge.
Now, as the mountain rescue, as I understand it, performs quite the core coordinating role for safety over the event as a whole. Is that correct?
Yes, we try to keep track of where the participants are, and we relay that to the organisers, as well as keeping a track on any problems that arise and monitoring people who are having difficulties and organising the evacuation if required.
Can you explain to us the basic arrangements, how you actually do coordinate and handle any situations that arise?
We have one or two people, usually two people, up on Roestack Moor who are able to speak to most of the checkpoints, and by that means any problems that arise we're able to pick them up quickly and relay messages to whoever's best suited to dealing with that. In addition to that, we always have a couple of people walking behind the last of the walkers as sweep, and if any problems arise in between the checkpoints, we'll pick that up either with the sweeps or often from other walkers and runners who have encountered a problem, and we can go from the checkpoints and deal with that.
You mentioned having people on the high points. I guess the mountainous terrain is something of a problem for communications.
It's a major problem, and was one reason why we didn't take it on earlier at the beginning of the Wilderness Challenge. It requires, apart from a lot of organisation, a reliable equipment to overcome the obstacles of the mountain terrain, and also having sufficient people available on the day to man the checkpoints and the relay points that we have to fill in areas where we wouldn't have communications otherwise.
Is it important to have people available who do have experience of that terrain as well?
Oh, very much so. We're fortunate that most of the time the Wilderness Challenge goes off with little problem, but we're always conscious of the fact that the weather could change adversely and we may have a major problem with taking a large number of people to safety in very poor visibility. So having people on the ground all the time in the area in the event of that happening is vital.
We've heard there's a number of safety services that come together that need to be coordinated to ensure the safety of the challenge. Can you give us some idea of the range and scope of that?
Yeah, well, we have the largest number of people out on the hill and cover the whole of the course. There's no doubt that we depend on the role that other organisations play. We have the Coast Guard, and they deal with the shorter walks and runs. We have the helicopter, the doctor, who also provide the essential backup should it be required.
Mm-hmm. And are you responsible then not just for the runners but for others as well?
Well, we see our role as covering all people involved in the Wilderness Challenge in whatever capacity. So we're looking out for the participants, whether they're runners or walkers. We're looking out for all the volunteers who are manning checkpoints, and we're also looking out for ourselves. So we're doing the whole range.
Good. It's a very serious business, of course, but I guess it's not all hard work. There must be some pleasures and satisfactions for those involved.
Well, most of the time it's an enjoyable experience. Most of the time there isn't a problem. Most of the time it's just a matter of keeping track of what's going on. If we're at one of the checkpoints, helping with giving out drinks and tidying up cups and just helping wherever we can. And we all do it in part because we enjoy it, and it is an enjoyable day. This year, I have to say, I was rather disappointed. I was on checkpoint 0, and I was disappointed for the very fact that people came off the bus, ran away or walked away, and I didn't have an opportunity to speak to them. So I'm not going to checkpoint 0 again. But on other occasions, part of it is the social aspect of it, seeing people you haven't seen for a long time. That's very much part of it.
We've heard that from so many people taking part in the runs and the walks. The social aspect of this event is clearly a major part of it. You can't be expected to just turn up on the hill and do all this. There must be a fair bit of training and preparation involved.
That comes, I suppose, in two aspects. There's the general training for using the radios and navigation and so on, general to mountain rescue, which we do throughout the year. But there's also the actual organisation for the day. And although I've not been doing it for the last few years, I know I would be up the night before phoning up people, just checking that all the equipment was available, everyone was available, everyone knew exactly what to do, where to be, and this would often start on the Friday night with boat trips up to Carnmore and such like. There's a lot to organise, but from a training point of view it's excellent because we are having to use radios for communications with lots of different people using the radios possibly at the same time. There's always problems with keeping radio traffic to a minimum, being able to communicate clearly with everyone. And another factor is that from time to time, fortunately not too often, the course has to be changed to the emergency course, and so we have to think on our feet, reallocate people to different locations, set up checkpoints, relays and so on, and that's another very useful part in the training.
In the making of this short film, we've attempted to capture the spirit of an event that has grown from small beginnings into something that effectively channels money toward the lives of those who need and indeed depend upon extra funding. We continually hope that this unique and very special event will give something back to the army of marshals and participants, and any pleasure that they may derive from it could be seen as a very sincere thank you from those that they help. As an organising committee, we are privileged in receiving many expressions of thanks and gratitude from individuals and organisations helped by the monies raised. And while it is impossible to pass those sentiments on to all concerned, everybody involved in the challenge, whether they be participants or marshals, can rest assured that all their efforts are hugely appreciated by those that they help. There are too many people, obviously, to thank individually, but the Challenge Committee, recognising it's the overall effort made by all concerned that makes the event such a success. After 20 years and some £1.5 million raised and largely distributed, it would be easy to take our foot off the pedal. But we are happily obligated to continue now with something that is good, rewarding, but above all something that makes a real difference to the people who depend upon us. I would therefore like to take this opportunity to thank you on behalf of Alec McRae and his organising committee for all that is done for charity, for the event, and the caring way that everybody puts the event together every year. So we are committed to carry on in years to come, keeping a spirit of giving in the forefront of our minds, and we look forward to you coming together with us again year after year to continue the good work that you have started and only you can continue. So I would like to thank everybody collectively for a job well done and an anticipation for the years to come, where I'm sure the standards will remain as high as they are now. Thank you very much indeed.
Babylon, beware. Babylon, beware. We'll be right back.